Hey everyone, welcome back to our Summon campaign, another session 0. For those who are first joining us, this Summoned is a game that is designed through play. So we have some base mechanics, and as we go, we'll continue designing and teaching and go with it in this short campaign. And today we have Lynn. Lynn, do you want to say hi?
Hi, I'm Lynn. I'll be playing Diane.
All right. And Diane Campbell has recently come to acquire 213 Summer Ave in 2017. How did Diana come across getting this property without visiting first?
Well, I assume she's kind of one of those people that's really into, not necessarily like true crime, but sort of like cold cases, mysterious things. And she's kind of heard about this, mysterious place that a couple of people have disappeared from. Maybe not like big enough to make, national news and stuff, but just like something a little bit more local that's, a mystery or something that she's interested in.
Mm-hmm. All right, so keys in hand, pulling up to this very ordinary looking white house. It's 2 stories tall, it's got a yard in the back. It's gone for incredibly cheap in 2017.
Definitely pretty important.
What would Lady Campbell like to do?
Okay. So yeah, she'll, head on in. Set her stuff down. Is the house like, completely empty, or does it have like sparse furniture or anything?
As you enter the hallway, the first thing you notice is kind of a picture hanging there at the far end. It's kind of tilted sideways. It's got a gentleman with big thumbs up. Definitely something not giving off the vibes of this place. And it is sparsely furnished. As you wander into the living room, there is a couch and a stand for a TV. Um, as you wander into the kitchen, all the cabinets are there. There's some old appliances that look like they're maybe from the 90s. A door to a basement. And the strangest thing on the first floor is this desk that seems to be made of almost, you'd think, marble, and it's got a large bowl kind of like carved out of the center of it.
Oh wow, that's it's pretty strange. Does it have any like drawers or anything?
There are 2 drawers on the side, and as you pull them open, they're quite heavy. The first has some chiseling equipment, not for stone like this, but for like sculpting and such. And the
Mhm.
one below has a simple notepad with some sketchings on it.
There's some sketches.
Mm-hmm.
She's very curious about those. She'll kind of like flip through the notebook, see if there's anything else of note.
Yeah, so the first page says Reggie's Detective Agency, kind of
Mhm.
scrawled in there in pencil, and the symbols on it. It's got a picture of the desk, and as you go through the pages, you see these symbols are carved into the kind of side of this bowl, just very small.
Mhm.
There seems to be 5 distinct symbols there.
Could she try like, just touching them, see if they do anything?
Yeah, you reach down to touch them, and they're incredibly sharp. You almost end up cutting your finger. And looking at one of them, it looks like someone may have actually done that.
Uh, she's very hands-on learner. Um, let's see. Already that's kind of like sparking some ideas about like, oh gosh, is this some sort of weird blood magic thing? What have I gotten myself into?
All right.
So I guess after that, you said there was like a door to a basement.
There's a door to a basement. In the kitchen, there's also a door to outside, as well as in the front entrance, there was stairs going up.
Okay. Not feeling brave enough to do the basement yet, so she'll go upstairs and see what's up there.
All right, and you make your way up, and once you get to the top kind of landing, there's 5 doorways up there. 4 of them have doors on it, very old. They're all shut. The fifth seems to be a bathroom.
Hmm. Okay. Um,
It's a little
she'll
darker up here
open.
due to the lack of windows.
Ooh, okay. Just gonna pull out her phone and use the flashlight if it gets too dark.
All right.
Um, yeah, just start pushing open doors. Are any of them like locked or are they just closed?
So you try each of them, and they all seem to be locked at the moment. Looking at the keyhole, it's those old kind of like I guess around the 40s where they had like the iron kind of key looking things. So
Okay. Okay.
anyone with a good enough street understanding could probably pick these locks, but they're not new, and the keys they gave you to the front door do not fit.
Okay. Wonder if the keys might be hidden elsewhere in the house. Um, I guess since we're up here, like she'll take a look in the bathroom, see if there's anything like behind the mirror that might be uh, key related or just any otherwise significant.
Right, so you open up the bathroom mirror, and painted on the back is one of these symbols. It kind of looks almost like a serpent. Kind of the way it wraps around, it gives you the idea of that. And inside you see a bunch of empty pill bottles, most of them dating back to the early 2000s.
Hmm.
One seems to be blood pressure meds.
Okay. Blood pressure meds.
Otherwise, the bathroom looks to be in remarkable shape.
Okay, that's good to know. A clean bathroom is very important in a house. At least this isn't like, murder bathroom. Um, okay, then yeah, she'll head back downstairs and I guess if there's like a kitchen, she'll look in the drawers there. There's lots of drawers in the kitchen, right?
Yeah, there's lots of drawers, lots of cabinets. As you're going through, the house seems to be fairly empty. Like, not even signs of food being left behind or anything. This place has been cleared out of that. And it's at
Okay.
this point you hear a tumbling sound upstairs, some kind of banging and clanging.
Oh, shit. Um oh gosh. Were any of those like chiseling tools sharp in the in the weird desk?
Oh yeah, they're in good shape. They're used, but they're
Okay. Mhm.
not damaged in any way.
Okay. She's gonna grab one of those and just try and very like slowly make her way upstairs and trying to be like quiet about it.
Right, and as you inch upstairs and look at one of the doorways, you see that it's open.
Okay.
It's the light is pouring in from outside as it's got a window facing the back of the house. It looks like a bedroom, but you're not seeing anything in there. Not at a glance from outside, at least.
Okay. She will be white person in a horror movie and just kind of like call it like, "Hello, is someone in here?"
Right? And there is just silence.
Okay. She will relax a little bit and put it off to like, oh, it's just an old house. It makes noise sometimes. Maybe this like door was at one of those like weird angles and then like shifted and that's why it's opened and it wasn't actually locked before. um and start like taking a look at more of the room.
Yeah, so you take a step inside, and it's a rather large room. It seems to have a closet that has one of those sliding doors. And the oddest thing is, the window seems to be open.
Oh.
Now, it's one of those windows that kind of extend out from the roof. So, like, the roof is sloped,
Mhm.
and someone could get out there if they were goddamn crazy.
Okay. um yeah, she'll go over there and kind of like poke her head out, see if there's anyone that is, yeah, crazy sitting
Okay.
on a roof.
Yeah, and you look around, and there seems to be no one out there. And there are a few tiles missing from this roof. Otherwise, it looks almost brand new. Um, about halfway between this window and the next one on this side. And you see your full backyard and the shed out there, and the grass has been well maintained. Obviously, the bank hires people to keep it looking nice until they can get it off their hands.
Mhm.
You do notice there's
Okay.
kind of a little like dip in the lawn a little bit, but nothing crazy.
Okay. Sus. Okay. Um, yeah, she'll just go back and you said there was a closet with like sliding doors.
Mm-hmm.
Go take a look, see what's that there was anything left behind in there.
Right, and you open it, it's got all those, the five sigils you found, it's got dozens of them plastered and painted on this wall with the words "Get Out."
Oh, lovely. Okay. Um, yeah, this is like on one hand, like she's starting to freak out a little bit, but on the other hand, like this is kind of what she came here for to like learn more about this. Um, and yeah, she will. Uh, so there's like not really anything else in this room.
No, it's completely empty. Unlike the first floor seems to be furnished, this room seems to be empty.
Okay, cool, cool. Then she will just kind of shrug this off and continue to go look for more keys.
Yeah, so
Hopefully, or see.
you leave here, you go to the kind of like hallway that is the upstairs that leads to these rooms, and standing at the door entrance facing the door seems to be this black suit of armor.
Okay, that makes her jump a little bit.
Yeah, you get a bit of a leap and, hold on to the banister, make sure you don't go off that way because that would be
Yeah,
silly.
yeah. It's like, oh shit. Is it moving? You're just standing there.
Just standing facing that door, the front entrance.
Oh gosh. Okay, she'll kind of walk up to it and inspect it. More of those sigils.
Right, so you look at it, you don't see any sigils, but you see a bunch of, as you look at the joints in that, there seems to be string run inside, maybe fishing line. And looking up, it's kind of tied to the ceiling.
Mm, that's odd. Okay. And it's just looking out the door.
It's just looking at the door, like it's just standing in front of it, facing the door.
That is that is strange. I guess she's gonna go kind of like try to open the door, not to like leave, but what is this weird suit of armor curious about?
Yeah, you kind of open the front door, and the second you turn the knob, the armor just kind of falls apart.
Okay. Wow.
And it's a loud
Um.
bang, very much like what you heard upstairs.
Oh, okay. Maybe this is what opened the door for me or something. Um. Let's kind of take a look at like the pieces of the armor that are, I guess, now broken and stuff, and see if there's anything else you can figure out about this.
Yeah, looking around, they have hooks inside, and this string seems to run through it all. It looks like if the string was pulled tight, that's what was keeping the armor up standing, but who knows what caused it to just fall.
Oh, like a puppet. Okay. Yeah, she's definitely even more curious about these other rooms now. Um, she's just like, oh boy, this is gosh. um,
So, chisel and hammer in hand, where to?
yes. Gosh, were there any other rooms kind of downstairs besides the room with the desk in it and the kitchen?
Yeah, so there's the kitchen, the living room, this hallway, and the office, which has the desk in it.
Okay. She'll head to the living room then, I guess, because she hasn't taken a look in there yet.
Yeah, so there's an older couch and stand for a TV. You can see dust where a TV used to sit. It's one of the larger squares, like those old 2000 era TVs and older. Um,
Okay.
Looks like this room hasn't been upkept because there's dust everywhere, like the rest of the house. And as you turn and look around, you can see those sigils on the walls for the entrance from the hallway to here, in like each corner. The same
Mm,
snake like sigils around it.
Okay. Is there any place that it looks like the dust has been disturbed?
Just where the TV looked like it used to sit.
Okay. Um, is there anything that can be like opened or looked in?
There is
Or
the
should...
cabinet the TV used to sit on.
Okay. Take a look in there.
Right in there, you find a large iron key, way too big for the doors upstairs.
Dang it. Okay. This will still be useful, hopefully,
Yeah,
somewhere.
like it's
So
big
she'll
enough
take
you
it.
could probably hit someone with it and do some concussive damage.
Oh, that big.
Yeah,
Dang. Okay.
feels quite
Okay. I
heavy.
was gonna say she'll put it in her pocket, but I guess not. Um, she'll kind of like keep her tools in one hand and carry around this key in the other.
All right.
And um, guess that just seems like the basement.
Well, there's the basement. There's the doors upstairs. If you want to be a little more forceful, there's the shed in the back.
The shed. Sheds are where great murders happen. Let's go out there.
Right, so as you make your way out along the lawn, going out the back, you do see the shed and that little dip in kind of the lawn there. And you look up, and from where the dip is, you can see that's where a few of the shingles are missing on that part of the roof.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you make your way to the shed, and it's got this almost cartoon-sized lock on it. Like it's just
Big enough for
huge.
the key.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, she'll try and unlock it with her massive key.
All right, and as you hear a click, you hear the starting of an automobile.
Hmm?
As you turn the key and you hear a click, you hear the starting of an automobile, and look back, and the car you came in is the lights are on.
Okay. Yeah, she'll like be like, oh shit, and like run back towards her car.
Yeah, and it seems to be on. The keys are locked inside. You stop for a second and pull out your keys. This is getting weird.
This has been weird, yeah. She'll try to unlock it with her keys that she has in her hand.
And as you unlock the
Mm,
doors, the vehicle turns off.
okay, yeah, she'll reach inside and grab out this other set of keys.
You do.
Okay.
So you have two sets of keys in your hand, some chiseling tools.
Um, and go back to the shed.
All right, you make your way back to the shed. You see the lock is on and the iron key is laying in the grass there.
Okay, we're gonna try this again and see if just get a third set of keys for our car.
All right, what are you doing with the two you have in your hands?
Oh, that's a great idea. I'll just stick them in my pockets for now. They're small enough to fit.
Makes sense. So yeah, you pick up this key and you turn it, and the same sound of your automobile going on.
Okay. Yeah, she'll just go back to her car and shut it off and be like, okay, this
Yeah,
shed is
yeah. So
really weird.
when you reach into your pocket, one of the key sets are missing, and they're back in that car.
Okay. So yeah, she'll use the other ones to unlock the car
Mm-hmm.
and turn the car off, take them
Yeah,
out, put them back in her pocket.
absolutely, same thing. Yeah.
And then go back and grab the big iron key because at least it's good for maybe hitting people with.
Just getting a bit spooky. It's all good.
Yeah. Okay. Um, and then yeah, she'll go back inside. I guess on the way back, like where the shingles are missing, and then there's the dip. So does
Mm-hmm.
it kind of look like something maybe fell off the roof onto the lawn there? Is that kind of what it looks like, or
It certainly does.
something else?
Something big
Okay.
probably fell off the roof, though there's nothing missing from the roof other than a couple shingles.
Okay. Okay. Um, yeah, I guess she'll go back inside and just kind of think it can't possibly get any weirder and start walking towards the basement door.
All right. And it's one of those old style kitchens with the basement that kind of goes down. The door opens easily enough, it's not locked, and you make your way down. And it's a big open area. It's the kind of old farmhouse style walls, though the flooring seems to be concrete all the way across, except for like a hole kind of dug out in the far end. Opposite of that hole in the other corner, you can see the fuse box with the door kind of like open, sitting there. Not fuse box, switch box, sorry. Breakers. That's the word.
As if I know what any of those are.
It's what shuts off the power for the house.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, and looking down at the bottom of the breakers, you can see like a large, like blackened spot.
Oh, like someone got fried there, or different
Um,
kind of blackened spot.
it looks like burn marks.
Yikes. Okay. Uh, that's concerning. So much concerning here. Okay. Um, I guess she'll like set down her metal key and take off like other metal stuff. She probably has like jewelry or something, and just go open the door to that box and just see what's if there's anything else in there.
Yeah, so taking a look at the breaker box, the main power switch looks slightly melted, and it's been turned. It's still on. It looks like somewhat the melted part is to push it off.
Mhm. Oh, wonderful.
And looking up, there's a lot of frayed wires around the box.
Okay.
And then you hear a crashing sound again.
Does it sound like the same suit
Yep,
of armor?
the
Okay.
same crash sound you've heard 2 times already.
Okay. She'll just kind of sigh and go back upstairs. This is an exciting first day.
Yeah, you go up the stairs, and as you go to open the door to the basement, you hear a loud growling sound coming from within the
Oh,
house.
oh God. Um, could she tell which floor it's on?
It sounds like it's maybe on the first, maybe the second floor. It's not coming from behind you.
Okay. Okay. Um, she's gonna kind of like take out her phone and just kind of like dial 911, but not like, call it. Just like have it ready in case she needs to.
Mm-hmm.
And then with like her bludgeoning key, it's kind of in her hand, open the door and
And
just, yeah, advance cautiously.
as the door swings open, the house is dark. Looking outside, it was lunches when you got here, but looking outside, it's the middle of the night. You hear that low growl coming again. It sounds like it's coming from above you a little bit.
Okay. Gonna just very cautiously make her way upstairs.
Right, you pass the armor, which is in pieces in front of the front door, and start tiptoeing upstairs. And as you get around the banister there and look around, all 4 doors are open,
Oh boy, okay.
and
Is
something drops down in front of your face.
oh, she screams, absolutely.
And as you slip back and feel your world kind of tumble around you, and everything goes black for a second.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden, it's bright. You're sitting in a chair on top of a golden dais, looking around. The land below the dais and around you seems to be made of crystal. And in the distance on this hill, you can see 5 figures sitting up there. The first seems to be a tall woman, or with a blindfold on. To her right sits a gentleman who is dressed completely in black, um, to the point, and they're kind of appearance seems to be more of an outline than any physical features. And next to him is a creature that seems to be pretty shriveled up and exhausted. Going to the left of this centerpiece, you see a gentleman dressed very wealthy, as it were. They seem to have riches and gold and jewelries, and the woman sitting beside his other side seems to be dressed in tribal wear and has a few animals kind of running around and on her chair.
Okay. She's like, oh boy, I died. Awesome. um, so yeah, she'll kind of after like getting her bearings, just yeah, like walk over there.
Right, and as you walk, the hill they're on seems to rise higher and higher. And when it feels like they're still in sight, but they seem like they're becoming unattainable, the center woman speaks. Welcome, my lady. We have interrupted your reincarnation as we need help. We are the pantheon that watches over the worlds.
You need help? Reincarnation? What?
In case it has been clear, you may have died.
Yeah, something dropped in front of me when I was on the stairs and look up here.
An unfortunate accident, I assure you. However, the world that is in turmoil is suffering from corrupt magic and horrors beyond our capabilities, as we cannot directly interact with that world. So we have called out to souls who met unfortunate ends through natural happenstance. And we wish to bring you to this world, grant you a spark of our power, and ask if you would save the people there.
Kind of like stares at this woman for a second, like she's trying to see, like, knows is she being like for real?
And as
um,
you give a quick focus over your sight, you see a little readout appear in a diamond, and it outlines her, and it says Outsider Deity.
oh dang. Okay. Um, yeah, she just kind of after a couple seconds of silence, she'll just kind of shrug and be like, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Why not?
Most excellent. And at that point, the hill kind of slowly sinks down, so they are still elevated maybe a foot above, but they don't seem unreachable anymore.
Okay.
You will be reborn in this world. Your body should somewhat remain the same. However, you will be gifted with a number of things. We are the pantheon of the gods of this world. I myself am the Lady of Vision, power over destinies, and this gentleman to my left is the Lord of Cities, to my right the Lord of Arcane, and past them is the Lady of Beasts and the one who will endure. You can ask one of us for a gift, what your predecessors called super comic powers.
Okay. Um, the uh Lord of the Arcane sounds cool.
Right, and the kind of phased out person takes on images and items that you would associate with magic begin appearing in their hands, and the others kind of vanish as he begins to step down and meeting you on an equal level, shrinking down until he is your size and looking you eye to eye. All right, my dear, I guess I'll be guiding you through this.
Thank you. So
You come from a
this
world
is
with no magic, correct?
that's correct, yes.
So I can offer you a gift within my domain. Any one ability. Is there something you've always wanted to do or something you think would help you in your quest?
Um, in this world, would it be useful to have the ability to speak with the dead?
It could, though it may concern some. What are your thoughts on the other opinions of others?
They don't bother me too much,
So be it.
unless it's considered, like, I don't know, unless the dead are speaking with the dead is like fully immoral or something.
Well, I suppose that depends what you ask them to do or what you ask from them.
Okay. Um, I don't think that I would ask them to do anything untoward or something. I think that would be pretty cool.
And with a nod, a little skull appears in your vision for a second, then shrinks down to the side to a button. And if you concentrate on it, the words "speak with dead" come up. This will be a unique gift to yourself. You shouldn't expect others to be able to do this with any ease, like you can.
Thank you for this gift.
You're taking this surprisingly well.
Yeah, well, I've always kind of had an affinity for things that are strange. I mean, this house that I like died in, people have gone missing from it. So I
Hmm.
just think that this is pretty cool, I guess.
Yes, many unfortunate accidents, I suppose. And
What in that house?
just in your world, I guess. But let's not linger too much. Um, when you look at your gaze, it should have changed. Can you see things that you couldn't before?
Um, I guess she can like what's specifically different
So as you focus
in
on
terms
this,
of the.
the same diamond thing shows up and it says Deity Outsider.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she'll kind of say like, oh yeah, like the information stuff that's popping up.
Yes, that's a gift from us to those we've chosen to adapt to this new world. Anything you focus on, it should be able to give you information and such, depending on your qualities. And it's also what will allow you to use these. And he holds up his hand, and there's nothing there until you focus for a second. You see hundreds and hundreds of little dots swirling around. This
Ooh,
is the
okay.
collective knowledge of the multiverse. We call them embeds. Within here, you'll find any talent or skill you might require. I can grant you 2 of these safely. If you focus on what abilities you would want, the knowledge may be obtained.
Okay.
And so, just jumping out of character for a second, embeds are what
Okay.
give your characters talents, skills, and abilities beyond just their virtues. So these
Oh,
are
okay.
like, if you've played Heather's Blood, so these are a little bit like aspects,
Mhm.
only they're just beneficial.
Okay. Um, are those? Sorry, I'm just looking in the document, like like the blades bolster recover thing, or
I know that that's changed a bit.
oh, okay.
These are these, what did we call them? Looking at the document here, the one on Google Drive.
Um, the one on Google Drive. Is there others? I,
Nope, nope. There,
okay.
other than the sheet I
This.
showed you before, but it's got some old
Oh,
content.
okay.
So yeah, the one on Google Drive, we are looking at the virtue and talent embeds.
Okay.
So these are skills or other things, and there is no set number at the moment.
Oh, okay. Um,
So yeah, if we go down to, oh, I see I have changed the organization of this between the last time I looked on it.
Okay.
So, what these embeds are, they're come in two forms. There are virtue embeds, which give you a +2 when using that virtue in a specific way. And then there's talent embeds, which lets you either craft, build, or do something unique that is not just covered in the general roles. So, if you look at it
Okay.
as a video game kind of thing, these are two talents your character can start with.
Okay. Um, so would something like uh so like would the like virtue embeds be just like one specific part of one of the virtues?
Yes.
Okay. So if she wanted to be kind of good at being, I guess, like physically stealthy, would that be like a sly embed?
Yep.
Okay. I think that would be something good to have.
Great. So as Danielle focuses and a handful of skills come up, she pulls out stealth and it slides into your vision, and then this kind of sigil, very much like the snake, appears and it adds to that, becoming a little dot there.
Okay.
And it should have appeared on your sheet now.
Yep, I see that. Oh, and then um, could there be like a lore embed for specifically like a cult sort of things?
Good.
Okay.
All right, so with that, another little embed slides out and fits into that. The person showing it closes his hand and the kind of infinite world kind of seals up behind him. So, my dear, have you ever fought with anything before? Your world is a violent one, but many of you don't seem to fight.
Uh, yeah, no, I've never really been in a fight other than, chucking things at your siblings sometimes. Um, but yeah, no, never been in an actual fight.
That is fair. And then he concentrates for a second and looks at you, and the little leapy thing in your vision tells you that someone is analyzing you.
Oh, okay.
You have a talent for magic and connecting with the spiritual world.
Do I? That that's great. um, uh,
I just mean, rather than giving you a blade, and he kind of sweeps at the crystal, and out of it rises up this kind of library, not library, but bookshelf with books and knickknacks and necklaces on it. He is just.
sh-
Go ahead.
oh, sorry, I was just going to say she's looking at it very interestedly.
And the little thing, everything you concentrate starts to light up and give you information, and it's like Tome of Necromancy, Ring of the Scald Summons, Staff of the Skeleton, and stuff like that, all mixing with the gift he gave you.
Hmm.
If you would like to select one of these objects, it may. He pauses and thinks about it. I'm not used to worlds that don't have magic, but this will let you interact with it in a blunt fashion, if that makes sense.
It does. Just kind of like a what's the word? Like something to. mm, I'm forgetting the word. Like a is conduit the right word?
Yes, yes, these are
Okay.
conduits between you and very blunt forces of nature. Um, Anyone with even the slightest amount of magical power should be able to channel into these and gain some desired effects. Though they are limited in what they can do. You will have to have the object with you, obviously. And I'm sure in the moment you will learn. Luckily, as long as you're not killed by an outsider, you should be able to be reborn once again in the temple.
Okay. Um, You said there was like a staff with a skull on it.
There is.
That looks cool.
Right. And you go over, and as you pick it up and the little stare at it, the little vision thing pops up, and it says, Staff of Life Draining.
Ooh. Okay. This is definitely very cool.
Is that what you'll be taking with you?
Um, I yes. She kind of like uh passes it from like hand to hand, just kind of getting a feel for it.
As you look at it, the kind of interface opens up, and it looks at you and shows Staff of Life Drain, affinity for spiritus or lore. And as you kind of pass between your hands, it kind of moves over one cursor to another.
Okay. Um, so you said spiritus or lore.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
There seems to be a grayed out third option that is not lighting up.
oh, okay. I guess she'd ask about that. Like, I'm only seeing two, but like, there's this other thing over here. Is that something I just don't have access to yet, or?
Oh, they're the first one to ask about that. Every world is made up of beings, and these beings usually have a connection from 6 to 10 different virtues. If it's not lighting up, you as your world are not connected to that virtue.
Oh, okay. Hmm. I guess she'll go with the spiritus thing.
Right, and as you do, the thing flares to life with a purple energy while it's in your hands, and it kind of locks it in, and you feel connected to this item. You can feel your power flow in and out of it at your will, and where you direct it, purple kind of energy lashes out, maybe a couple feet at most.
This is awesome.
Good, good. I'm glad you're happy. Do you have any further questions before I send you back down to be reborn?
You said there were others.
Did I?
She just kind of looks confused.
There will be others sent with you to help you save this world. You are not alone, don't worry.
All right. I guess like I don't know if I have any questions like right now. I mean, other than all the things I'm sure I'll be confused about. But like if there's something I do have questions about, can any of this like and she'll kind of like motion in front of her eyes, like any of this information stuff.
If you
Uh,
focus hard on anything, you may be able to unveil it based on your own talents and abilities, yes.
all right.
Though you're the first to ask detailed information about that to my knowledge.
Okay. Then I guess that's all that I probably need, and I'll just figure everything else out along the way.
Alright, are you ready to be sent to the world then?
And she'll take a deep breath, be like, yes, I'm ready.
Focus deeply on what you wish to be wearing when you arrive.
Ooh.
And in a moment, the world begins to fall apart. Your body twists and changes to match the virtues of your character. Um, the clothes change to what you're focused on, matching the kind of aesthetic of the items you've grabbed from there. And when you're done, you find yourself kind of in the shadows, standing at a doorway to a temple that is kind of one of those open, like Colosseum looking, not Colosseum, open air style kind of structures. It seems to have multiple floors. Within is a bunch of hunched over people on these broken grounds. Down below, you see off a hillside with smoke rising, blackened earth. The sky has purple swirls in it, and just devastation for miles. And that's where we'll leave off today.
Okay.
All right. That's been session 0 for Diane Campbell. Did you have fun, Lynn?
I absolutely did. This sounds awesome, and this was also the most interesting, like, 0 session ever.
Yeah, some
Like
character creation session, eh?
yeah, for sure.
All right, with that, we'll say bye to the audience. This will be Diane Campbell for this mini campaign, maybe longer if people love it. Um, Bye, everyone.
Bye.